All right. And we are live. We are live. We are live. Yes, indeed, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Winners Diet Show. I'm your host, Mac Solomon, aka Project Mac. Welcome back. Happy Friday. Man, I know I got a big ass zit on my forehead, but that's okay. Hey, we still here. 1 second. Let me adjust this real quick. But man, what is going on, you guys? What is going on? Man, it's the weekend. What's up for the weekend, man? You know what I'm saying? What's up for the weekend? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. So let me go ahead and pause that right there. But man, we here. It's been a long week, man. A long week. Um, but we got a good show lined up for you guys today, man. Great show lined up. Gonna drop some gems. Hopefully, educate, entertain at the same time. But man, we here. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in and tapping in, as always. And make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button while you're at it. All right. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me make sure everything is good on my end. Give me 1 second here. You know, these things hit a little different. All right, here we go. We here, man. But yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend. We got a lot of errands to run, a lot of things to do. But man, it's good to tap in with you guys as always, man. So shit, I guess we gotta get straight to it, I guess, man. Today, man, today we got a good show lined up. You guys know we have our first three segments. The first segment, the Fit Report, reporting on fitness news, things happening in the fitness industry. And then we have the second segment, What the Fitness, reacting to viral, trendy fitness videos. And then finally, we have the main topic of the day, the main event, man. We have the chase. We're talking about chasing the habits, not the outcome. All right. So that's gonna be big for a lot of you guys on your fitness journey. Chase the habits, not the outcome. So I'll break that down towards the end. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below of any fitness questions you guys want to see. Make sure you guys go ahead and get my free 7-day fat loss guide if you guys haven't already. You guys are stuck. Y'all are stuck on how to lose body fat, build muscle. I'm giving you guys 7 days of breaking it down, straight to the point, very simple solutions. You can get that here in the chat, or you can go to winnersdietclub.com and pick that up. Again, it is free 99, you guys. So it does not cost you a penny. All right. It won't cost you a thing. Just go ahead and get that, put your email in, and we'll get you set up. Takes about 2 seconds. All right, but without further ado, man, let's get into the first article of today's show. If you guys have any questions before we get into it, please put it in the live chat. All right. If not, man, we're gonna go straight into the first topic of the day, or first article rather of the day. Here we go. Magnesium. Our big pharma doesn't want you to know this. Magnesium deficiencies are causing anxiety, fatigue, and numerous issues in millions of Americans. Here's how magnesium affects your body and how to consume it. Magnesium is a cofactor for 350 different enzymes in your body, but only 1% is in your blood. The rest is inside your cells. This makes it almost impossible to test unless you do a specialized biopsy. The number one sign you are magnesium deficient: fatigue. Why? Because magnesium powers your mitochondria, powers your nervous system, creates ATP, runs every cell sodium potassium pump. Here are a few other warning signs you need more magnesium: insomnia, cramping, twitching, depression, insulin resistance, heart arrhythmias, bone health issues, high blood pressure. Your modern lifestyle is depleting your magnesium. alcohol, antibiotics, poor gut health, direct medications, chronic inflammation, refined foods. Magnesium won't work if you're low in vitamin D, and vitamin D won't work without magnesium. They're a team. You need both to function. So, what type of magnesium should you take? The best form is magnesium glycinate. Why? The glycinate part is actually glycine, a calming amino acid. Takes it 30 minutes before bed. Better sleep, reduce anxiety, muscle relaxation. How to increase absorption of magnesium? Use apple cider vinegar with water through a straw when taking magnesium. This acid acidifies your stomach and improves absorption. But remember, there are three types of magnesium to avoid: magnesium oxide, magnesium hydroxide, magnesium carbonate. They might work as laxatives, but they're barely absorbable for anything else. Let's read this last bit here. If you don't like supplements, the best natural sources are almonds, pumpkin seeds, Swiss chard. I don't know what that is. Spinach, avocado. Okay. As someone that's been taking magnesium recently, um, shit, I got it right here. Actually, this is my magnesium. Y'all can see it. I just started taking this. What, last week? I already see a big difference. Because um, I have not been sleeping the best for months now, going on a whole year, and y'all know I work out a lot, and constantly on the move, so my body gets fatigued very quickly because I'm just constantly moving, and I'm putting my body under intense pressure, and um I'm not prioritizing recovery as well as I should. And one day I just decided to try it out. I've been seeing magnesium glycinate for a long time, online, and just on social media. I've been doing my research on it, and last week I just decided to give it a try, man, and I can already see it working pretty well for me. Definitely less anxious, um definitely more relaxed, better sleep. And I think it's something that you're gonna need, especially if you're working out constantly. I wasn't really a big supplement guy. I always thought just eat the right food, drink enough water, and get enough rest. But supplements do add, man, another boost to your recovery. So I would definitely suggest that you guys hop on magnesium glycinate if you can, amongst other vitamins if you're deficient in that. But it's important to get your blood work done. So always get your blood work done. Check your vitamin D storages, check your magnesium storages. So there's a lot of things that you can do to avoid it. But Big Pharma wants to put you on different types of medications, um, so that you can be dependent on those medications. So uh, for someone like me, I'm not gonna take that Big Pharma route. I'm always gonna be in the phase of the natural supplements. And so far, man, so far so good. So far it's been working great. And I can't wait to see, just more results as time passes by. But definitely got to hop on supplements, man, amongst having a healthy lifestyle. That's the longevity play right there, man. That is the longevity play. Take care of yourself now so you don't pay for it when you're older. Um, it's never too late to start either, by the way. You know, it's never too late to start, just as long as you start. That is the key. So, um, yeah, man. Shout out to let me fix this up. Shout out to magnesium glycinate. It's been definitely a game changer for me, and looking forward to more gains and more results. All right, let's move on. We got another video here, or another article rather. Where we at with it? All right, here we go. Costco's back in the news. So Costco faces huge lawsuit over mistreating their chickens, which are injected with a dangerous phosphate solution. Uh-oh. So here's a look at the chickens, how it's
Popular
made.
rotisserie chickens. A group of shareholders filed a lawsuit against the company over its treatment in raising chickens.
You trust Costco with your family's dinner, but their meat undergoes a controversial process that's banned in several countries. Most shoppers have no idea this is happening right under their noses. The real question isn't what they're doing. It's why they're allowed to do it. You know that famous $5 rotisserie chicken at Costco? The one that's been the same price since Obama was president? Well, there's a juicy secret they don't want you knowing about. Costco injects every single rotisserie chicken with a phosphate solution before it hits those warming lights. Think you're buying pure chicken? Think again. You're paying for water with a side of poultry. This liquid injection makes each bird weigh significantly more.
Costco is facing a lawsuit over its...
Damn. So chickens grew 5 times in just 50 years. Conventional chickens today are a mutant animal pumped with hormones and fed a toxic diet. Damn, and you can see the difference here from the 1957, 1978, 2005.
Of USDA chicken and even organic chicken is soaked in bleach before packaging. But the worst part is, it doesn't even work. Salmonella still causes 450 deaths per year in America compared to 0 in the UK, which bans cages and antibiotics. The bleaching simply knocks the bacteria dormant until you take a bite. Scent of USDA.
Difference in chicken labels: cage chickens, free-range chickens, organic chickens, pasture. Man, I can't tell the difference between this shit, man. This is insane. Conventional chicken is now higher in omega-6 than ever before due to their diet of genetically modified soy, grains, and antibiotics. Conventional chicken can now have an omega 3 to 6 ratio of 1 to 20, much higher than the desired 1-to-1 ratio. This can lead to inflammation within the body. Man, yeah, man, it's hard out here, bro, and they're making a push for red meat over white meat. Yeah, man. There's really no how do I say this? There's really nowhere else in the world that feeds, you know, their citizens pumped up hormonal food on the regular besides the US. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Like, you really think you're eating something that's good for you, but the whole time it's slowly killing you. You know, it's unfortunate, man. It's really scary out here. Just having to watch what you eat, man. It's really crazy. You know, it's really crazy out here. You're just trying to get your macros in and be healthy, get your protein in. Whole time this thing is pumped up with different chemicals. You know, and that is so crazy how Costco is allowed to even serve this despite it being banned in different countries. Well, I guess it makes sense because there's a lot of things that are banned in countries that they sell every day in these grocery stores. So, and you really can't tell, man. Like, that's the crazy part about it. Like, you really can't even tell what is good chicken, what isn't good. Like, it all looks the same. You know, it all looks the same. You can go to Whole Foods, you can go to the higher tier grocery outlets, you know, and buy your food, but who's to say those aren't pumped up with hormones and steroids? And, you know, like, you just don't know out here, man. You really don't know. Unless you're actually, you know, on a farm raising these chickens, you don't know what the hell is in these things. And that's the scary part. Man. Yeah, man, it's crazy out here. You have to really watch out, man. Watch out for what you're eating. Please be careful out here. It's scary, man. It's scary out here. All right, let's move on to the next video here, or article rather. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All right, Japan, China, and South Korea are preparing to ban Bill Gates' lab-grown artificial and synthetic foods or meats. Governments don't talk about banning something unless there's pressure behind the scenes. Reports are circulating that Japan, China, and South Korea are preparing to restrict or ban certain lab grown and synthetic meat products tied to major global investors, including high profile backers like Bill Gates. Whether this becomes a full ban or a tighter regulation, one thing is clear: countries with some of the strictest food safety standards in the world are questioning how these ultra processed lab engineered foods are regulated, labeled, and long term tested. This isn't about this isn't just about innovation, it's about transparency, safety, data, and what happens when experimental food systems scale faster than long term human studies. The real question isn't whether you support alternative proteins. It's this: how much of your food supply is quietly changing without you fully understanding what's inside it? If you want to know which synthetic additives, artificial ingredients, and hidden chemicals are already sitting in everyday foods, okay, we're not going to do that. Okay. So Bill Gates is obviously he's getting into different fields of health and food, um which is interesting because Bill Gates got caught up in some other stuff that we we don't have to talk about here, but just read the news. But anyway, man, yeah, Bill Gates is trying to bring that BS to these other countries, and they're not having it, man. They don't care that you're a trillionaire, billionaire. They don't give a fuck about that, man. You're not about to bring that American poison over here to our country, and rightfully so. That's one thing about Americans, man. We will gladly bring our baggage to other places to fuck it up. You know what I mean? Americans ruin a lot of things, bro. Like, seriously. As much as we deliver and create great things, we also ruin a lot of things as well. So um yeah, I respect that, man. I respect that. You're not gonna bring the same diseases that you guys have over there over here. Japan is a healthy country. Korea, those Asian countries are very healthy, especially the more modern ones, right? Those are very healthy countries. People aren't fat, people aren't sick. They live to damn near 100 and something. So you can't say the same for us over here. A lot of us are dying in our 40s and 50s because of our heart attacks or just health complications, you know? So we can't bring the same type of culture that we have over here that's killing us and bring it to a whole new country just for some money. As much as I say people can be bought, look, man, there's just certain things, some people just can't be bought. Some people just can't be bought, man. We're not going to bring no lab grown meats over here. What the hell is that? Lab grown meat is insane. You saw what happened to Beyond Meat. Their stock dropped off significantly. So already we know it doesn't work, and it doesn't matter how many American sponsors or influencers you have to back it. I saw Kim Kardashian was a new sponsor for lab grown meat. And I'm pretty sure they paid her a hefty check, for it. But it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter how many influencers you can put in front of it to promote your product. If people don't want to buy it, they're not going to buy it. It's just how it is, and some people just have more morals. To some people, morals are more important than money to a certain degree. Right? So yeah, man, that lab grown meat shit is not gonna work. I don't know why they keep trying to push this thing. I don't know the agenda behind it. It's just not gonna work. If it's not gonna work here, it's definitely not gonna work out there. So shout out to China, Korea, and Japan, man. All right. That should be it for the fit report. How's it going, Thomas Gresco? How's it going? How's it going? But yeah, that should be it for the Fit Report. Let's move on to What the Fitness. Shout out to everybody in here. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please push us up the algorithm. We're in here tapping in heavy. All right, let's get to the first video here in What the Fitness. Let me go ahead and refresh this up. All right, so we have here gyms then versus gyms today. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's a damn shame, man. You know, it's a damn shame. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not guilty of this, because I am sometimes, but I still put the work in. But damn, man, we've fallen off. We've fallen off significantly from where we used to be in the gym culture. It's just all about people being on their phones now, lazy people, not really, in there to get better. There's a bunch of young kids in there, which I like, but at the same time, do something. You know what I mean? Like, don't be in there BSing and taking up space. Now everybody's in there trying to get their selfies and get their videos in, to act like they did something when they really didn't. So gyms today, man, are very interesting. Like, you're still gonna have your people that are in there working out hard and things like that, but man, there is a whole new wave of people in there that are doing the opposite, right? There's a whole new wave of people in there now that are just taking up space, not knowing what to do for real, kind of just in the way, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, all right, man, if you don't know what to do, like, step to the side. Like, I want to use a machine, but you're just on there scrolling. Like, yo, how many sets of Instagram do you have left, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just be on the machine, just on your phone the whole time for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Like, bro, either you gonna shit or get off the pot, man. Like, do something, right? Do something. So we got to do better in that sense, where the gym has to be more productive, more productive, less networky, depending where you are, right? If you're at the upper scale gyms, obviously it's going to be more networky because people in there don't really work out like that anyway. They're all, filled up with testosterone and PEDs, the men and women, but they just be walking on the treadmill, trying to get their steps in. But yeah, man, it's the gym culture is different today, man. I think the best thing to do is find a gym that kind of has both. Whatever it is that you're into, you go to one for networking and to be around a certain group of people, and then you have the lower end gym where you're in there just, training your ass off. That's a good balance. But yeah, gym culture is different today, man. Gym culture is definitely different today. It's not how it was 10 years ago. Social media has definitely made everything slower and just worse, to be honest with you, man. All right, let's move on to the next article or video here. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got another guy here. When you made the fitness journey public, so you really got to lock in for reals. Hey, this is what I told y'all, bro. I told y'all to stop posting your fitness journey. Listen, this is a PSA for y'all who are on fitness journeys. If you're on a fitness journey, stop posting that you're on a fitness journey. Just keep it to yourself. Because what happens is once you bring it to social media, right? Once that happens, once you announce to the world online that you're on a fitness journey, guess what? Now you got to stick with it. Now you can't quit, right? Now, when you stop posting for 2-3 weeks, now people are going to be questioning you. Hey, why'd you stop working out? Why'd you quit? Yo, what happened? Yo, where you at? Now you have to keep up with everything that you've been putting out there, right? Now you got to keep up with the facade that you've been posting. Some of y'all know you're not going to make it past 2 weeks. So don't post about it. Keep it to yourself. Because if you fall off, no one has to hear about it, right? Nobody has to hear about it if you fall off. But if you announce it to the world online, now you have to announce that you're constantly in the gym every single day, right? You have to put up this show now. Now it becomes performative. Now it becomes a show. Now it becomes a job, right? When in reality, it just needs to be something for you. Everybody doesn't need to know you're on a health journey. Let the results show for itself. And then when you get to the point of results that you like, then you can post about it. But before that, right? In the meantime, keep that shit to yourself. In the meantime, keep your mouth shut. In the meantime, just do you. Just be quiet. Everybody doesn't need to know every single thing, every single detail about your life. You know, I always tell y'all, even when y'all are trying to fix your life and get your life back in track, just be quiet. Just be quiet about it. Do the work in silence. I promise you it's going to be 10 times better when you pop out with a new body, with a new job, with a new career, a new life. It's going to be 10 times better when you pop out and people wondered where you were or how you did it. Now you can tell them how it happened. But in the meantime, man, keep that shit to yourself, man. I always tell people, stop posting about your fitness journey. Just keep it to yourself. Right? Because now you have to keep up with that routine. People are going to be expecting you to keep posting about it. And when you stop posting about it, now they're going to think you fell off. Right? So I always just tell y'all, man, keep everything that is valuable to yourself, right? Things that are of value need to be protected. And sometimes that needs to be hidden from the public. If you really care about it. That means everything, man. Relationships, your fitness journey, the income, the lifestyle. Like if you value that, right? If something means everything to you, then you have to keep it protected. And that means sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you got to keep it hidden. You know? So it is what it is, man. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. I'm just saying what works long term. You know? I'm just saying. It's just from experience. That's just what I'm saying. But, you know, keep that shit to yourself, man, and you're going to be just fine. All right. Let's move on. I think we got one more video here. All right. We got a nice little chocolate sister here. Let me go ahead and refresh this video. She talks about, one second here. Come on. All right, weight and finances. Black women already earn 33% less than white men, period. Research shows women lose 6% of income for every 10% increase in body mass. We're 3 times more likely to face it. So let me be clear. Being in shape isn't about earning more. It's about not giving them another excuse to pay you less. All right, let's take a look at what she has to say.
Want to hear this? So I'm going to hold your hand when I say it. Being and staying in shape as a woman, in particular, a Black woman, is the most sound financial decision you could ever make. Outside of all of the health benefits that we know living an active and healthy lifestyle is going to give us, Black woman who is in shape and takes care of herself will instantly receive credibility, respect, and more often than not, especially in corporate America, $9,000 more in her annual salary. And that's just at 13 pounds overweight. And for those overweight, more than 13 pounds, it has been shown that you will earn $19,000 less in your annual salary than those slimmer counterparts of yours. So I say this to say, Miss Ma'am, may not like it, but you need to get that ass in the gym. And if not for your health, definitely for your bag. You may not want to hear this.
That's a fact, bro. And people think I'm just saying things just to say it. people think I'm saying things to say when I talk about how, look, man, when you're in shape, especially if you work at a corporate job, right? When people see that you are in shape in corporate America, it is a whole different experience. I'm just saying. And that doesn't guarantee you that you're going to be paid more, right? I'm not saying that. Being in shape doesn't guarantee you to be paid more on any sense. But it definitely gives them an excuse not to pay you any less, right? That's all I'm saying. Like, don't give them an excuse to pay you less or not promote you or give you another position that you aren't really, that you're, how do I say this? Give somebody else a position that they weren't qualified for, is what I'm saying. Sorry, sometimes I talk a little fast and I get ahead of myself. But I'm just saying, man, like, being in shape in corporate America can really put you ahead. It can really put you ahead if you play the game right. And part of being in corporate America is about playing the game, right? Again, it doesn't guarantee you a promotion or a job pay increase. It doesn't do that, right? But you being out of shape, it does give them an excuse as to not promote you or give you a certain position. Because look at what the presentation looks like, right? The presentation says that he may not be deserving or she may not be deserving of this position because of how they carry themselves. You know, it's true, man. Especially if you're black. If you're black, man, you really have to work 10 times harder. You got to work, man. If you're black, you got to work twice as hard. Especially if you're dark skinned. Especially if you're a woman. Unfortunately, that's just the God honest truth. So, like, it gets harder for you, man, if you are not one of them, right? And we all know, being in corporate America, you are surrounded by one of them. You're surrounded by them. So you got to work 10 times as harder to stand out, to not fit the stereotypes. And some people might call that, oh, you're selling out. Why do you have to do this? Man, play the game. See, y'all, this is y'all problem, bro. This is why y'all don't get ahead. Y'all don't know how to play the fucking game. This is why you guys stay stuck in the same position for years. You think you're too cool for school. You think you're bigger than the program. You're not bigger than the program. The program will gladly humble you because you don't play the game. This is not your house. This is not your field. This is not you're not the boss here. So when you're not the boss, guess what? You got to play by the rules. And that doesn't mean selling out. That doesn't mean you compromise who you are or go against your morals. It's just called adaptation. You're just adapting to your environment. Doesn't mean selling out. Doesn't mean being a coon. Doesn't mean being a tap dancing Uncle Tom. No, that's not what that means. That's not what playing the game means. Playing the game just means you know how to adapt. And that is key for any type of survival. If you can't adapt in any environment, you're cooked. You're done. They're going to eat you alive. And the best way to adapt in any type of corporate setting, man, one, be in shape. Mainly if you're black. 2, adopt the culture, be likable. You have to be likable. If you're not likable, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's certain things, bro. Certain people can't be in any environment. I can be in any environment and thrive at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? Just because I know the game, I know how to play the game. When I was younger, I probably couldn't have done it. But as I got older, I got more experience. You know, I got more wisdom. Now you understand how the game is to be played. Because if you don't know how to play the game, you're gonna be left out in the cold, and no one's gonna feel sorry for you. No one's gonna care. So the best way, the number one way, at least to start the game off, is be in shape, be likable, be a pleasure to work with, a pleasure to be around. Go the extra mile. Hey, maybe you want to buy some stuff for the office. Like little things like that make a big difference, man. If you don't fit someone's culture, they're going to get you the fuck out of there immediately. So it just depends on what you want to do. If you're hard-headed, if you're hard-headed and you think you know everything, all right, well, you're probably not going to get any more money. You're probably not going to get a raise. You're going to be stuck in the same position around the same people that don't want to play the game either. And you're just going to be miserable and hating on the people that do play the game. Don't hate on them. No, they chose the right way. You chose to be stuck and ignorant. You chose to be ignorant. That's why you can't get ahead. So, yeah, man, that is very true in corporate America, man. Corporate America is not something that is very easy to get around. There's certain environments that are easy to get around, but at the same time, you still have to play the game. So if you come in with a one-dimensional mindset, you're going to get left out in the cold. They're going to find a reason to get you up out of there. Hey, your performance isn't, it's not up to par. Hey, we got to let you go. If people don't like you, if you don't fit the culture, if you have a nasty attitude, they're going to find any reason to get you up out of there, and they won't care. Or they're going to make it so uncomfortable for you that you're going to want to leave anyway. Either or. The bottom line is you're going to eventually be up out of there, either on your own terms or their terms. So if you don't want to play the game, don't play the game, man. Don't play the game. But I'm telling you, being in shape in corporate America is the key to get ahead, at least just to start. So it's bigger, man. It's bigger than just being good at your job. It's bigger than that, man. There's so many nuances. There's so many different things that you gotta be aware of. It's a game. It's a game, man. It's all a game. Life is a game. How you choose to adapt to it, that's on you. If you choose to adapt to it, you're gonna be fine. If you don't choose to adapt to it, you're gonna be cooked. You're not gonna do well. If you can't be around a certain group of people, if you can't adapt to the company's way of thinking, you're not gonna do well. Even if you don't believe it, just agree. Just agree. Just agree. Just be a part of that culture, man. They want to see that you're a part of their culture, that you're part of them. If you can't do that, bye-bye. All right, man. Let's get to it. I think we are at the main event. We're gonna finish it up a little early today on this one. All right, man. Today we are talking about 1 second here, guys. 1 second. All right, today's main event, man. The main event today, we're talking about chasing the habits, not the outcome. Okay, and this is coming back to you guys on your fitness journey, right? And just understand that, man, the body that you want is just an extension of the habits that you put in, right? It just comes with the habits that you do. So most people think, yeah, man, I'm going to work out 3-4 days a week. I'm going to eat the protein. I'm going to eat, I'm going to do the cardio. I'm going to drink water, and then I'll get the body I want. But it sounds good, right? And you're right in that logic. That logic is correct. However, it doesn't happen in one day. How you get the body is the habits that build up. And not only do you get the habits, you get the mindset, right? You get the mental clarity, you get the discipline, and the body is just a byproduct of all the habits and the process of you putting in that work. So if you chase the body, you're going to probably quit in the middle, because you have to understand this is a long-term thing. Results are going to happen in the long term. So you have to reframe your thinking in, I don't want to build the body. I want to build the habits that is a byproduct. I want to build, let me rephrase this. I don't want to chase the body, or you don't want to chase the body, right? You don't want to chase the body. You want to chase the habits. And the body is a byproduct of those habits. That's what you want, because this is a long-term game. It's a marathon. It's going to happen 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the line, right? It's not going to happen overnight. So you have to prepare yourself for this to be the long game. All right. So everything is about rewiring, man. You know, a lot of folks quit in the middle because, you know, the results aren't happening after 2 weeks. It doesn't work like that. Fitness does not work this way. You know, we can wait for everything. We can wait for GTA. You know what I'm saying? We can wait for the weed man. We can wait for Postmates, right? We can wait for a bunch of things to come, but we cannot wait a month of just being disciplined in our habits, eating correctly, drinking water, getting sleep. We can't be disciplined for 1 month, right? So this is the problem. This is why we lose in the long run. We want everything up front. So I always just say, man, chase the habits. Yes, you want the aesthetic, right? You want to look good, but this comes with you obsessing over the scale. This comes with you comparing yourself. This comes with you being impatient. You know, you look at workouts like a chore, as punishment. And that's how you end up burning out early, right? That's how you burn out early. So your body is going to change when it changes. It's not up to you. It's going to be up to your habits and your consistency. So everything is about reframing, you know, everything is about looking at things a different way. So instead of saying I want abs, instead of saying I want to lose 15 to 20 pounds, say I want to be consistent with working out 3 to 4 times a week. Say I want to be consistent with getting in 8 to 10,000 steps daily. Say I want to be able to get consistently in 0.6 to 1 gram per pound of protein per body weight, right? Say you want to be consistent with not emotional eating. This is how you reframe your mindset. And this is how you get the results long term. Stop chasing the body. Stop chasing the outcome. Chase the habits. This is how you win. This is how you win long term. All right. All right, man. That was a short one today. Shout out to everybody in here. We appreciate you guys. Quick show. We'll see you guys again next week. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all socials, Winners Diet Club on TikTok, Instagram. Follow my main page on Instagram, Project Mac. And we'll see you guys again next week, man. Peace.